it's going to work now. Maybe the modem needed to be reset. Maybe that modem is a piece of garbage.
Yeah, that's really
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put down the title. I'm going to wait a few. I'm going to say goodbye to Daisy. She's on her way to the city to go pick up fresh vegetables. I'm going to do the live stream alone today. I will give a shout out first of all for a super chat donation gift from a gentleman named Excelsior. We're going to say thank you.
thank you very much, Excelsior.
We had a wonderful dinner last night at the Outback Bar and Grill. I thought it was the Outback Steakhouse, but it's the Outback Bar and Grill and the Outback Restaurant in Alona Beach. I had the best hamburger since I got to the Philippines in the Philippines. And Daisy had a beef burrito.
Mm.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I like it so
And,
much.
and what was the third thing that we had on the table? Onion rings.
Onion rings.
They were delicious. Thank you, Excelsior. We had a wonderful dinner. And we actually had a really, really, really nice time in Alona Beach. I hadn't been there, even though I live really close to Alona Beach, a lot closer than most of you people. Alona Beach has changed so much, which is why, and one of the things I wanted to talk about in the live stream, why I moved to the Philippines. And I have this whole dissertation written down that I wrote out this morning of why I moved to the Philippines. But what I want to do is just wait for a few more people to get on the live stream before I read the dissertation. Now, if you have questions, I had 57 people in the live stream before, and Globe, who's our internet provider, once again their internet system failed and the live stream was cut short. So if you have questions about where to live in the Philippines, let me redress what I said before. Just make your questions specific. Tell me you have medical conditions. No medical conditions. Tell me you want to go scuba diving. I'll tell you where. Tell me that you're only interested in snorkeling. I can make the places where you live even more available. Give you more interesting places. Hello, Scott. I can't see without my glasses, but tell me, I'm just trying to digress back to the previous live stream. And what happened? We got disconnected again because of poor internet service in the Philippines. Tell me if you have a question about the Philippines, if you need internet, because there's very few options in the Philippines for good internet. So just give me a minute to say goodbye to Daisy. Like I said, she's going to the. I will give you a minute. Would have been nice. Okay, so give me a minute. I have to. You're gonna have to wait. Okay, so so um, Daisy's gonna hang out for a little while. I'm gonna do this live stream, and I'm gonna actually address my foot needs to be the bandage needs to be changed. Daisy gives me a hand before I go there, so I'm gonna have to leave you guys alone for a few minutes. In a few minutes. So, did you make your list?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you bring? Do you have your card that you need to? The card? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The card. Right. That's why you're actually going to the city. Right. We bought a card. Another thing, if you need electronics, here you go. Put that song. If you need what you need to do though, Daisy, is I don't know where you can put the information from that. Wait, what, just hold on, please. This was an unexpected little thing Daisy decided to do before we did the live stream. But when I was setting up the live stream. Okay, so if you have the card and it has 32 gigabytes of information or 16, where are you going to put the information?
16, only 2 gigs, I think.
Two gigs?
Yeah, that's 8 gigs.
Okay, so you need to dump your phone, yeah? Or it will fit in your phone. It will fit on the other card? Maybe not.
try to save them first. Then maybe they have something to do it with that. To open.
If you don't have room on your other card, which you don't, you had all those videos from Mindanao, remember?
Yeah.
Did we empty the card?
No, not yet.
Well, then you won't have room. They can't fix the card. They can only take what's on the card off, maybe.
Okay, so we're not going.
Just wait until I'm done, and then I will empty out your phone, and we'll try to get the information onto the card from the card. That will give the people there room to put it from the card to the phone. You understand? You do?
Later, no, I don't understand.
Okay, but that's why you did this when I started the live stream. It's not an easy. It's not something that's easy to do. The card has a problem. We bought a card in the Philippines. First of all, there's no guarantees on anything you buy electronics. You walk into the store, you buy something electronic, and it's yours. You own it. And you own every problem that comes with it. So Daisy went to Mindanao and took nice videos that are probably on the card, but we can't get them off the card. And then in order to get them off the card, you have to bring.
Not play. Not show the pictures.
It will not play the pictures or the videos, show the pictures or the videos. So in order to get them off the card, you have to bring them back. But it's a different store that we bought the card in. It's so complicated here. In America, you bring the card into a computer store, they just charge you a couple of dollars, $10, $15, and they get the stuff off. But here, they want you to buy an extra device to put them. Maybe they want you to buy an external hard drive to put the information on. So now you're spending 6,000, 7,000 pesos for an external hard drive to put 2 gigs or 16 gigs of information on a card. I went through this a few weeks ago when I bought a camera called the Thrieye, THIEYE I-60. What a piece of garbage that was. And I had hours of conversation in the store why the camera didn't work. It didn't work. You could put the videos, you could take videos with it. It actually took nice videos. The sound was no good. But now I buy the camera in the store that I was going to send Daisy to, but I bought it in the store. And now they want to know everything I did to the camera. I didn't do anything. I made videos with the camera. And it played the videos back on the back screen of the camera, but you couldn't get them out of the camera. So if you go to Thrieye, this is what you have to deal with in the Philippines. This is one of the major setbacks in the Philippines. Besides Globe internet service and smart internet service being the worst that I've ever experienced. So now I have the camera, and 3 days later I bring it back and I can't get the videos out of it, and they tell me what I did to the camera. I didn't do anything to the camera. The camera doesn't work. But before that, you go online and you Google Thrieye, THIEYE I-60, problems getting videos out of camera, and there's 200 articles that people can't get the videos out of a brand new camera. So the store actually sells a camera that they know you can't get the videos out of, and then they wanted to charge me to get the videos out of the camera. I said, no, I don't want to pay you for that. So I had nothing to put the videos on. So then I put it on this drive that I'm working from now, and that cost 7,000 pesos for the drive, for a 2 terabyte drive. Or no, 5,900 pesos. Excuse me. There was a different one. So I had to spend 6,000 pesos to get 7 gigs of information off of a camera. And Daisy has the same problem, but we don't have a drive to bring to the store. I'm not gonna. Philippines. There's so many great things about the Philippines, and then you have no guarantee, no warranty. Sorry, sir, warranty is no good. Or they give you a telephone number to call up for an address to send the camera back to the company that they sold you the camera that doesn't work to begin with. Frustrating living here. Okay, let me get back to the comments. Scott, that might be true. I don't know. Well, no, it is and it isn't. People, I am being throttled on YouTube, where I should have thousands of views on a video that says pretty Filipinas in Mindanao. I should have got a couple thousand views. With 20,000 subscribers I have now, Google and YouTube, I get 400 views. That's virtually impossible. But most of the people who think on a conservative manner are being throttled down 90%. My videos are being throttled down 75%. Some are 90, 93%. So yeah, they hate me. And that's okay. I don't care. I never cared and I'm never gonna care. Yeah, peekaboo. I just explained to the fellow on the last live stream that I have a unique name for the hotel. But if you want to put up $1,000 on the chat, I'll give you the name of the hotel. Okay? It's a unique name. I haven't copyrighted the name yet. I haven't incorporated it into a story yet. And it's going to cost you $1,000. Considering that you love me so much and you come here so often, I figure $1,000 cash money would be compensation for the name of the hotel. There is no other hotel in the world named like my hotel, and so the keywords in the title bring you straight to the name of my hotel. I already Googled all of that stuff. But for $1,000, you're gonna be the first to know. I'm not gonna hold my breath. 88 Critico says Daisy's looking good. Let's try to stay with the topic at hand, please. Okay, so the topic at hand is why I retired in the Philippines. Now, I have a whole dissertation that I wrote out. Yeah, I have a micro SD card reader. Actually, the card, it's a good answer as to how you can read the card. My computer has read any card I've ever had. So it's an Asus i5. Okay. But when I went to the store, their computer couldn't read it either. I don't know what program. They sell the card, but their computer couldn't read the card that they sold. It has more to do with a program from 3i, I think. They loaded a program into their computer and didn't tell me what it was in order to read the card. Then they loaded the video, the pictures from the 3i camera to their computer and then loaded them to my computer. So it's not just that simple as an external card reader. They had one of those that didn't work. Yeah, 88 Mark 86. Mark 86, that's where they had the Italian restaurant in the Florida Keys. You can't get a good brajol, I think you mean. No, you can't get good brajol in the Philippines. And pasta fajol or lasagna. No, you can't make a good sauce here. It's hard. It's to put together a good sauce. You need good cheese. You can't get good mozzarella, and you can't get Parmesan. Forget getting Polio Parmesan. Forget getting Polio mozzarella. Forget getting the Locatelli grating cheese. They ain't even heard of it here. So no, you can't get no, it's not Mamma Mia. And okay, so it's a micro SD card. What is it there to see? Okay, Scott, back on topic. Believe me, I've tried. The store is selling micro SD cards that just don't work. It's just that simple. There's something. Daisy did not when she put the card in her phone, what do they call that when you wash everything off the card, Daisy? Daisy Daisy bought the card someplace else, but it's a standard micro SD card, and she did not format the card. I think that might have something to do with it, but I don't know. And that's not the topic of today. So we're moving right on past that. Daisy's going to hang out until we can get this thing figured out, and then she's going to go to the city and do some shopping. Or not, but it's up to Daisy. Okay, so one reason, Scott, back on topic. Thank you, Scott. One reason I moved out of America is because it's devolving into a third world cesspool of forced diversity to an unnatural level and has raped the working class man to satiate the global elitists. End of statement. And that pretty much sums it up. So if you guys, I tell you what, I have a dissertation that I wrote. Okay, it's probably take me about 5 minutes to tell you why I moved from America, but I'm gonna highlight part of why I moved to America is because I saw the writing on the wall a long time before any of this, these so-called conspiracy theorists now saw the writing on the wall. Now everybody's jumped onto the bandwagon. But I got to tell you, when I was doing research to write my book, Angels on the Ark, I came across, okay, Lachenberg, yeah, you need to format the card first. If she formats the card now, and this is the last comment about the card. If I format the card now, she loses the videos and pictures that she took in Mindanao. She was supposed to do that first, but Daisy is not computer literate, and even I forget to format the cards because I just think they're supposed to work because they are supposed to work. That's the last comment about the card. I want to talk about why I moved to the Philippines. Thank you. Okay, Danny, you keep coming up with all these great topics, but it's not why I moved to the Philippines. I want to talk about why I moved to the Philippines. You interject every comment that you have ever made is perfectly and on point as to a legitimate, intelligent comment. Danny Gordon makes intelligent, legitimate comments, but it's not why I moved to the Philippines. And that's what I wanted to address. The main reason I moved to the main reason I moved, Anthony, I'm talking about why I moved to the Philippines. Completely disinterested is another member of my Patreon account, which is why I broke train of thought again. Okay, so Obama, Mr. Obama, if you couldn't see what happened during Mr. Obama's presidency, I don't even have to read my notes. If you couldn't see what happened to America, okay, I lost $2 million+ in real estate value. Gone. All whatever monies I had invested into the properties and whatever they were worth when I gave them back to the mortgage companies for failure to pay the mortgage, basically, which is my fault, because who was I to know that investing in prime real estate in the Florida Keys, two pieces of property on canal front homes adjacent to the Atlantic Ocean with docks and dockage, who was I to know that they were going to collapse the economy when I bought back in 1999? And now I'm going to read the dissertation. No, there isn't, Danny. There is no real man in America that isn't upset about how and why what America has degraded into the cesspool it has become. Okay, so here are I talked about the topic of today. I'm going to read. Please put your comments in order But I'm finished reading my dissertation here, which makes sense. I am not going to address any more comments. 7 reasons why I retired in the Philippines and why I left America to live in a third world country. And I'll speed it up. First of all, Daisy and I thank Excelsior for a super chat gift, which was over and above, and for the dinner that we videoed last night in Alona Beach at the Outback Steakhouse. Okay, you'll see it's a 7-part video of all of Alona Beach. Now, if you followed closely the blatant in-your-face agenda to destroy America at all costs, which dates back to Woodrow Wilson. Okay, now I'm not much of a historian, but Woodrow Wilson privatized the central banking, covertly privatized central banking into a cabal. And the link is going to be in the description once the video is loaded. Now, there are hundreds of articles about how Woodrow Wilson and Roosevelt sold out America to these cabals. But I didn't find this out back in 2013 or 2012. I learned about this when I started writing my book because my book was about money. So I discovered that there was a plan to destroy America. And the plan was originated in the year 1911. That's when the plan was written up and put in place in 1912 by Woodrow Wilson. And the one big step was to privatize the central banking and to take over the central banking so that they could take our money and utilize it in a way that it wasn't utilized before. And the link to that is going to be there's hundreds of links to that title, How Woodrow Wilson Covertly Destroyed America's Economy. And the link will be in the description box. Now, the plan in brief was written exactly 100 years from the year 2012, which is when the secondary aspect of the plan kicked in under the Obama administration to have America in control of the New World Order by 2012, give or take a few years. And I think it was December 15th or December 14th of 2012, Obama signed some sort of resolution which gave over the rights to certain rights of the American person. Can't quote me on all of this, but it all happened exactly 100 years to the day that Woodrow Wilson sold America to the cabal of the elitists or the evil cabal of banking industry, whatever you want to call it. The plan was set in motion long before that, but Woodrow Wilson was the person who instituted the major causing factor to the destruction of America by this specialized banking plan that he had. I didn't read the whole article in a long time, but he is responsible for the destruction of our economy in part and in full. Now, one thing I want to talk about the next major step in the destruction of this economy, besides all the wars that we have had for only to build up the military industrial complex and the people to make billions or trillions of dollars. The next major step was Mr. Obama's presidency, in my opinion. And this is in my book. And if you recall, that no one ever challenged Mr. Obama on any of his policies, ever. No one ever challenged him. And the reason no one ever challenged him, and it's been wiped from the internet, so you can't even find a single article. So if you don't have a good memory and you weren't paying attention to the news, in 2008, in the first 3 weeks of Mr. Obama's presidency, maybe 4 weeks, he printed day and night, 24/7, the printing presses for large bills, 50s and 100s, started to roll. and 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for three weeks, 4 weeks like that. Obama printed $17 billion. You can't find Obama printed $17 billion under almost any Google search I have ever done. And it gets me a little bit upset because I can't, I recall he printed it because my friend Gary worked for Pitney Bowes, and Pitney Bowes makes the stamps for the United States government, U.S. stamps. Pitney Bowes is the main creator of stamps. They have the machines that make the stamps. Those same machines make the dollar bills and the $100 bills. Gary got called into Washington and was working 14, 16-hour days, 7 days a week for that 3 to 4 week period. And he told me they printed $17 billion.